away from the shop today. We're heading into the TSC store actually to buy a chain fall or a couple come along so that we can. Mike's coming over tomorrow. We're gonna flip my boat over, and we're kind of on hold with Rob's boat there, waiting for some parts and some stuff. So we'll cover it up and put it out in the barn. We're gonna flip my boat over, pull it in the shop, and Mike's going to work on it for the week. He's going to blueprint the bottom and straighten up the edges and speed coat it and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. And so Zach and I were just talking when we were driving, and we're like sort of touching on all the cool things going on in outboard drag boat racing here for the upcoming year. And so much cool stuff down south of the border, and up here, like man, there's a bunch of new boats. There's a bunch of people that are building stuff and excited. I think it's going to be really good. Like what Mike Corey, I guess it's a good place to start. Mike bought an XR01 from down south, and I think is it a 12-inch steel?
It's a 280 ported 15-inch mid.
15-inch steel, yeah. A beautiful looking boat, and I think it raced down in ODBA, and I think Mike's going to race modified up here, and actually I think everybody that's coming out new, almost in the sense, is racing modified. I think modified's going to be badass.
It's going to be a big class.
It's going to be a big class, yeah. Yeah. So Mike's got the Allison, and I know Paul at Top Gun drove it. He said the thing's an animal, and no doubt. So that's pretty cool, and I think we got like Zach and Jacob are both racing the 3-cylinder triple class, and they've been both putting lots of seat time and working hard. And I think Jacob's got. I'm not going to disclose, but Jacob's got a big animal motor on there.
Yeah, it's like
don't you be saying what it is, but
it's tricked out.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty slick. So, and then Zach's motor's going back to Top Gun. It'll be small for that class. I mean, it's only a 60, but I know Paul's going to work his magic, and I think it'll be pretty cool.
I think I'll do decent, considering we can run the boat pretty light, and since we have a lower motor, we can do a few things here and there, maybe, to see how we do. Pretty excited.
Yeah, I think you're going to do good. And I guess on the rumor mill, too, there's some, like, Brooke, I know Brooke Bigelow has been putting in a bunch of time in her dad's, the XB, XB, and I heard some pretty fast speeds, and she's been driving that thing on the wire too. And Ted, her dad's probably one of the best drivers I've ever seen, coaching her. So that's pretty cool. Is she racing this year?
No, she's only 15.
Oh,
she's racing next year.
Another year. Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm super stoked for that. It's kind of cool to see this younger generation taking a bit of a shine down here, and then down south, I guess Mackenzie Ellis?
Yeah. Chip Ellis' daughter.
Yeah, Chip Ellis' daughter, NHRA Pro Stock racer, and she's been racing a
1430 modified.
1430 modified. What is that? Is that kind of like a modified production?
It's modified production. This was 1430.
Yeah.
That's their weight.
Yeah, she's been doing really good down there, and we've been watching from up here, and looks like I think she's won a couple of races, and
she won Bainbridge.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. It's there's this younger generation. I think Jack Barsh's daughter is racing too, right?
Another Mackenzie.
And what class is she in?
I think modified or something. I think River Racer. I think. Yeah. I don't know.
But that's cool. So you know what? That's cool to see the young and up and comers coming up, and I know I think I'm gonna race modified. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna get outgunned with my old fishing motor, but it's the only class up here that I can run the boat, at weight with
setup you have.
With the setup that I have, and I don't want to pull the second battery out and trim timer and all that kind of stuff. And we work really hard, and so I'd rather be a mid-pack runner or something, and even back of the pack, but get the seat time, and heck, if I do win, if you happen to get a win or something here or there, or a round win, then at least I can say I captized one of those nickel bore motors with my old fishing motor, but
it'll be cool because you have a 200, and them boys, like, they have like like 260s and 280s and
Yeah,
stuff.
we're gonna bring a knife to a gunfight, but you know what? We're gonna do the best we can.
But we did our homework, and we're doing,
I think we'll be okay. And yeah, so Paul from Top Guns got a brand new river rocket, Jack Barsh river rocket. I know it's getting a 12-inch 300 drag, like an S3000 deal, and
I think he might top end it.
yeah, I think he's going to do a little bit of everything, really. He says that's his retirement boat. I don't think he'll ever retire, but anyways, it's a brand new build, and I know he's going to town on it. It's going to have telemetry in it and whatnot, so that should be pretty cool. And I think you'll see him come out in a couple of races for sure. Jordan Elliott is that SS, beautiful boat, and it's fast, and I don't know what class Jordan's settling in on, but he's planning on racing this year, and probably modified. I would think it's the only class that boat fits in, and that boat's got a history. It's been fast, and
it's an incredible boat. Like,
yeah, it's beautiful.
It's one of a kind.
I think it's one of my favorite for sure. So, yeah, and then I don't know what. I haven't heard too much from the boys over in the Kawartha Lakes there. I mean, there's some heavy hitters over there, Rico and Kevin Ward and all those guys are keeping pretty quiet. That kind of makes me maybe a little bit nervous. Maybe they got something in the works, and I'm sure they do. I mean, those guys have been around this shit a long time and working hard. And I'm going to touch on another thing. I get a lot of people asking me is there going to be a race season? Is there going to be an OPBRA season? And what I can say right now, we're working really, really hard. We are planning as if there is. We're going to have everything in place so that if we get the go-ahead and we can, then we will. You know, rules are in the works right now. We've been working really, really hard at that kind of stuff. And so I'm sure something is going to happen. We're sure going to try anyways. I'm not shaving my beard off until I get to race. So I don't know if the mother is going to be way down here or what, but you know, there's some cool shit happening down south too. I mean, I think Promod's
gonna be a whole nother level.
Promod's a whole other level. There's a game changer down there. Those guys that have been hard at work, and you know, we've seen at Jasper there's some kind of a changing of the guard. I mean, Brett Hamilton came up with a brand new Dave Bush deal, Evan Rood, and I mean, they put the thing together in the parking lot.
They went out and won
in the rain, and they went out and won. But there's a couple masterminds at work, right? But you know what? Those guys do their homework. They work hard, and it's super cool. And I know Danny Spears has a Monty racing Evan Rood, and I know they're getting the handle on it, testing. And I think I know Danny quite well. I talked to him this week, and they've been working really hard. And you know, if any indication of what class did he race before?
River Racer.
Yeah, he dominated in River Racer, and I mean, I'm sure when he gets a handle on this, he's going to be right up there too. And
Promod's a hard class.
Promod's a tough class.
Look at Tyner, like championship, and
Tyner's shit's fast.
It is fast.
That thing's badass.
It's pretty sweet. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
If not my favorite.
I think. Yeah, I mean, and you know what? The Evan Roods. You know, I heard there's some rumbling. You know, the Evan Roods, this, that. There needs to change. You know. Here's my take on it, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I might be speaking out of turn, but they've already hit those boys with a whole bunch of weight. The Evan Roods are heavy.
They are.
The guys that have done good would do good in anything. You know, I think that success comes from hard work, and you know, Brett and Dave Bush. I mean, it's a dream team, and then like I say, there's Danny Spears. So I think they got standalones with timing management, like individual timing management and infinite fuel management and stuff. I think if somebody ran like a Motec or something like that on a Merc, really knew what they were doing, that at the Merc weights, and they could run with them too. Again, I might be speaking out of term, and that's just my thought. So I think that's going to be a super exciting class. I think the bar has been raised huge, and I can't wait to watch that next year.
I think it's my favorite class because with Pro Dragon Unlimited, there's very little rules, so every guy has a different setup, and it's not so competitive because it's either your boat breaks down,
or it's a slaughter fest.
Or
yeah.
Like Jack Barsh, I know there's a couple of videos of him 2019 Jasper, and the boat goes in the boat launch, it runs off the trailer, it goes up to the start line, and it makes a hit and it just stops.
Yeah.
And so with Pro Dragon Unlimited, the margin is so small. With ProMod, the guys, there's gonna be a lot more racers, and it's just cool. It's just cool to watch because they're fast. They're insanely fast, and it's more competitive.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, right?
With Pro Drag, like I said, Pro Drag Unlimited, it's either your boat breaks down or you gap by miles.
Yeah. I like Pro Mod. That's I'd like to race that one day, maybe eventually.
That'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, and then back up here, I know. James Ross Regan again. He did pretty good and modified with a ported Pro Max, and now I know he's got a drag or a drag cut 280. Anyways, I know he's got a big motor, and
he's excited.
He's excited. I think that boat's going to come to our shop. We're going to rig it and wire it. That's cool. I imagine Katie's going to be back in modified. She's always a threat for sure, and. Man, I don't know, and even I don't know what's going to happen with Formula, and there's if Rico, I'm sure, is going to come up with something better. I know he dominated that class in the past, and
Anthony might probably still race it.
We're still racing. Anthony's boat was hauling last year, man. I'll tell you what.
You guys had some good races.
We had some good races, yeah. And Mark Sefton, I imagine Mark will be back in Formula, I would think, but you never know. I mean, he's got some boats and he's got motors, and
he has like 3 260 power heads on the shelf.
Yeah,
just sitting there.
Never know what he's going to do. And then Outlaw, so apparently there's a new. I heard that there's a new Barsch built. I don't know if it's some sort of a T1 or something coming up. Well, I guess it can't be a T1. It's got a capsule. But with Brendan Power.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's driving it?
The fellow that owns a quarter shot there from up in Muskoka Lakes. I forget what his name is. Got the white and orange one.
Oh, is his name Rob?
Yeah, he did the breakfast run with you guys. So he has a race boat. I think he's going to race Outlaw. So Greg Keeling will be back, obviously, and
Archer,
John Archer. Dwayne will be back, and I know a couple of guys from Modified will run up in Outlaw. I'm sure, again, James will, especially now he's got some power. And Steve Humphreys, I think, has got a River Rocket.
With a drag on it.
With a drag, yeah. So that's, because he was nuts, man. He
had a V-King with a drag on it last year.
The drag thing was out of control.
Oh, it was something to watch.
Yeah, and I don't know. Hopefully the borders get opened up. We can. I really want to go down south and race pro stock with Donnie Moore and Seth and those guys. You know what I mean? I think it'd be cool to, just take something a little bit different down. A lot of XR01s for a reason. I mean, they just work good, but we
work with what you got.
Take our old tunnel V down there, and you know what I mean. Heck, if just to get out and mix it up with those guys, I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to that. And maybe they'll see some. I don't know if they'll see some growth in that class or not, but
it's hard. I think you might, because like 260s and drags and stuff, they're getting hard to find.
Yeah.
And these 200s, you can find them on old fishing boats. So.
Pro stock's just a lot of work, right? Because you're trying to find a lot of rules. You're trying to find 100th here and 100 there, and but this V6 Pro is, I think it's taken off. I think you'll see it. It's a very cool class, and I think you're going to see it take off like Pro Mod. To be honest with you, the motors are sort of affordable and they're plentiful. And guys are making them fly. Even the guys running the stock laser injection on them and stuff, and they're just making these things fly. So I don't know. I anticipate 2021, both sides of the border is going to be badass. I think that this year away from it all, it'll drive that excitement for next year. People are going to want to get out and race. They're going to want to get out and do things. Maybe they'll not be so whiny about the rules or so whiny about this or that, and maybe it's a wake-up call that, we're so damn fortunate that we get to do this shit for fun, and when you have a year where you can, it kind of puts it into perspective. So
come back harder.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to come back harder, and they're going to be more, I think it'll be more fun in the races. Everybody will be excited to be there and that sort of thing. So anyways, guys, that's probably wraps it up for now. We should keep this a little bit short, and just follow along. I know we're almost done Rob's boat there. We're going to get the video up of that. I think it's going to be pretty cool. We've done some kind of neat stuff, and we'll get some stuff going on in the shop there. Mikey gets my boat flipped over, and gets working on the bottom and kind of some updates. I think I got some cool stuff in the works, or we've got some cool stuff in the works. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So anyways, guys, thanks for following along. Hope you enjoyed, and see you guys soon.